project, I'm using one of these little easels from Dollar Tree and some of their larger wood rounds, some glitter, a transfer that has snowflakes on it. Let me see, some paint, different kinds of paint, and some little embellishments and ribbon that I made out of cloth. Probably maybe some different embellishments. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the face. So the first thing I'm doing, I want to just make a wash. Since this is a snowman, I don't want a white background. This is Castle by Home Decor. And it's kind of old, so it was pretty thick, and I want to make more of a wash. So I've just put some water in here, and I'm just mixing it up. Let's see if I can get it. It's pretty thick. I might put just a little bit more water. I want the wood grain to show through. I really like that. All right, let me move that out of the way. Grab a little paintbrush. And we'll just kind of wash that on. I don't even care if it's totally covering, if it's got some white showing through. I kind of like that actually, so I might do it on purpose in certain spots. I think this sponge brush is about dead. I can feel the the handle through it. Okay, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and paint this. I'm probably going to put some faux snow down here at the bottom with some puffy paint. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. Move this out of the way. And I just took, let me show you, I took one small and one of the large, I want to call it a tongue depressor. Popsicle sticks, there's another word for it, but anyway. And I am just going to paint them black. I'm going to make just a little top hat. So I made the small one into the hat brim and the larger one into the top of the hat. And I am just going to paint those black. My black is very thick. I think I've mentioned before I had a bunch of paints given to me, and they're pretty old, I think. I was told they were old anyway. And they are thick. And I just have not, this isn't quite thick enough to water down yet. I'm just going to paint it real quick. I'm going to do the sides. I don't know if it's super necessary, but come on. So now I'm going to get black on me because I'm going to do the top. Okay. Only have to do one side, of course, because this is going to be on that easel, so you're not even going to see the back. Just doing it real quick. Okay, I'm just going to kind of do a wavy line. I don't want it to be a perfect circle because it wouldn't be. So if you make it not perfect on purpose, then there's not a problem. And I'm not going to care about that little hole. These are made to be ornaments. I don't really care about that because I am going to be covering it up. I like to have a little bit of texture, so I'm just going to fluff it up with my brush. All right, and I'll do the other one. Move it up here. I don't know if you could see it very well, the first one. I've probably mentioned so many times, but the lighting in our house is not very good, and no matter what kind of extra lighting I've tried to find that we have room for, it's not perfect. Okay, fluff it up. Actually, this one needs to go out to the edge just a little bit more so it's closer to the same as the first one. That did not make sense. You know what I mean, though. I'm not sure it made sense. It wasn't good grammar. Okay, a little bit more right there. And now fluff it up again. Just give it that texture. All right. And let's see if this is, it's pretty much dry. So I can start kind of putting it together. I'm going to have my wood rounds like this, and then the hat, and then I'll start building the details. So let's get some hot glue on there. I put a good amount on there. Get it right in the middle. Oh yeah, I'm out of the glue stick, and I've got a wet not gonna work. Let's see if I can get any more out. Let's see, we'll see if that's enough to glue it on. I'm not very good one-handed. Yeah, it did it. All right, I am going to just put a little glue. Let's get the new glue stick on. Boy, I need to clean this glue gun off. It's got fabric fibers, glue web, all kinds of stuff all over. I'm going to put a little glue right here on the bottom part of the hat, and then glue that right onto the, is it the brim? Yeah, the brim of the hat. Hold that for just a minute. A little bit of extra glue there. Well, I'll put an embellishment there if I can't cover it up. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of the brim. Put that right over that hole. Scoot it over just a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to let everything dry before we do anything more. Just make a few little snowflakes. Oh, I just put this on. I didn't know I was that strong. I'm just going to make like an X with some little things coming out of the X. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. And hopefully they will look like snowflakes when I'm done. If not, you know what? I can just kind of take them off. I'm going to do some like they're coming off the edge. And I think instead of doing this, I'm just going to sprinkle some glitter on. This is a brand new thing of glitter. It's not as fine as I wanted. If I can get it open. But it was the only glitter I could find in my town. Well, not even my town, the town next to me. So I'm just going to get some on a wood stick. And just, I think that paint is already dry. I was talking too much. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it again and put the glitter on right away. Some of it stuck. This is going to take a little longer than I thought it would. I really didn't need the snowflakes. I just thought it might give a little bit more pizzazz. I wish I could get the shaker open, but it's not cooperating. Just leave that on for a minute. I'm not going to put a whole lot, just a few. And if this glitter doesn't work, then I will get my glitter glue and see if I can get it to work. Just pile some on there. I think the paint is drying so fast, I'm not sure if it is going to work. Let's see. Well, oh, I almost stuck my paintbrush in the glitter instead of the paint. Make this one over to the side. Maybe I'll just use my fingers. Get it on there faster. I think I'm going to have to order some really fine glitter, but maybe I can make do with this. I like that stuff that's just like a dusting. This is a little bit like tiny confetti. But when you live in rural Montana, you take what you can get. I went to 3 stores in the nearest larger town, and this is all I could find. I think it had just sold out. Like Dollar Tree only had the brighter colors. And maybe next time I'm going, I'll find some there. Who knows? Okay, we're just gonna let that sit for a little bit and then see what happens. I've got the twinkles, I think I already showed that. And I'm just going to paint over each of them with some of that glitter stuff. And I don't even have to be careful because it's just going to give it some sparkle. So if I'm not on it just right, it does not matter. Just give it a little bit of bling. And this glitter is not going anywhere, so I like that kind of glitter. Boy, that did not have very much. Maybe when it dries, it'll look more glittery. That's the one thing I don't like about this kind of stuff, is it doesn't always have as much glitter, but you know what? It's not going to dry very fast, so maybe I'm just going to go back over it with my glitter. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's glittery. It's just not showing up in the light. Get that off before it dries onto my brush and I can't get it off. I'm going to use these little stars. Excuse the crackling. I thought I got some out, but I don't see them. I may have just buried them. I'm going to use these little stars for his buttons. Are they just cute? I think I got those on Temu. There's quite a few in the bag. I think there were, I don't have the top. I think there were like 50. Maybe this is it. Nope. Whoop. Get the buttonholes going in the same direction because I'm a little obsessive that way. Are you? Okay, I did not want to put this behind and all that, so we're going to make it look like he has a little scarf by I'm going to make much for the neck. Let's make it a little bit longer. I'm just going to make a knot right here so it'll look like the scarf is knotted around his neck. Yeah, my material was not cooperating. This is when you see me be fumble fingers because, yeah, it's like I can't even tie a knot. All right, let me measure again. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to cut it in half and I'll cut the extra off because I would rather do that than have to keep retying it because I've got it the wrong length. All right, now we'll tie a knot. Let me get it big enough I can get my fingers through. There we go. Okay. And then we'll just glue that on either side. Oops. Push it in there, let it cool. And then glue the knot right there. Now, do I want it hanging off the edge or do I want to make it shorter? Whoops, I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter. I don't know if this is wide enough that I can tear it and get that frayed look, which by now you probably know I really like. Let's just pull a few strands off. Get that extra string off there. And do the same thing here. It's really looking braid. All right, I think I'm going to just glue those down, not totally, but just so that they kind of go the direction I want them to go. And I'm going to put a little jingle bell right there. There we go. And I think I want to put just a little, let's see, just a little bit of this cloth up on the hat. So do I want it on the brim? No, just as, what is that called when you put something right there at the top of the brim? Sorry, I can't think and talk at the same time. I was just trying to think. I don't know if this is going to be, if I'm going to be able to tear this, because it's pretty small. Sometimes they don't want to tear when they're that small. Oh, it did. What is that called? Hat band? I don't know. Tell me what it's called. Help me out. You really can't see what's on this material, but it's little snowflakes. You'll see here, I've got a bigger piece. Little snowflakes. It was in a box of remnants that someone had given me, and I was like, oh my gosh. When they gave it to me, I really was like, I don't know if I'll ever use that, because I wasn't into the neutrals at that point. But this year, I am so into the neutrals. It's like everything I'm making is neutral, which is cool because everything else I have is not, so it'll just add a new dimension. Okay, I'm going to use just this neutral little bow. So I think I can glue that down and still glue those down later. And I have those little teeny weeny jingle bells. Oh my gosh, are those just the cutest things? Timu. They were the smallest size, I think. I can't imagine anything smaller. And I'm just going to put a couple, maybe 3, on top of the bow. And get all those glue strings off. I think I've got them off, and then the next day I'll go to move my projects and there's still glue strings all over. They just, I think they multiply. And I got the glue. Oh, God. Oh my goodness. You guys, if I can craft, you can craft. So don't ever say you can't craft, because I'm not extremely coordinated sometimes. Let me get that turned just a little. Whoops, wrong way. Is that going to come off? Yeah. Look at that. Put it right on the lid again. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a face on him or if I just want to leave him like that. I kind of like him like that. Tell me what you would do. Would you put a face on him or would you leave him? I think I'm going to leave him just like that. But I am going to add a little faux snow look. So I'm just going to get a little paintbrush. Here, I've got one of these. This will work great. Just gonna get a little bit of this white. Get it on there really well. Okay, I'm gonna get a napkin or a paper towel, get a little bit of white here. I'm gonna dot most of it off, and then I'm just going to make it look like there's some snow on his hat. And then I'll see. I don't know if I can make snow here. Yeah, I can. I'm just going to make my paint really thick. There's no sense getting my puffy paint out if I can do it with this. And I'm going to put a little snow down here on the base. Just making my paint in little swirls. And there we go. I may change my mind and put a face on him, but I kind of like it plain like that. It looks real primitive. So, what do you think? Tell me if you... Ooh, look at all these glue strings. Would you have put a face on or no? So I had one wood round left. I thought I'd make it into something to put on my tiered tray. So I had these window clings from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use it on my gingerbread tiered tray. So let me get my hot glue gun out of the way. I am just going to I don't know if I can do it with this. I'm just going to smear some paint on here like a big blob. Irregular edges. Going almost to the edge. I should have just gotten a brush and used a brush, but I had this here from my last project, and so I thought I would, and I'm going to just pounce it, give it a little texture, because I'm all about texture. We are going to put a layer of Mod Podge on here, just a thin one. Stick the gingerbread back on. Where's that hole? I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not going to make it into an ornament. And get my glitter. I need to have a little spoon down here. That's what I need. I'm going to do it right on top of this piece of plastic so that I can just knock it all off after it dries and put the extra right back in my jar. Waste not, want not, right? That's why I like to recycle. I love my recycling projects. Okay, now we're gonna let that dry again. And once it's dry, I'm going to put another coat of Mod Podge over the top, but I won't show that part because you've seen me do it.